Hi everyone, Johnny Yates here, composer of TV and film. Thanks for coming again in Inside the Score. We're on episode 8 now, and the topic today is how do I fit my school or work around composing? For this one, I will have to talk a lot about how I started because it's a bit different where I am now as I'm a full-time composer. This is kind of relatable in the terms of when I started up, I had part-time jobs, or you guys may have a job and you want to write music and obviously get into this field. So I can give you a little bit of backstory about how I went through it and maybe give you an idea what you guys can do. But remember, again, this is very personal to how it works for everyone and how you can get your time in composing. When I finished my academia, I moved into London, and for me, it was completely new to me. I didn't have many networks. I didn't know where I was going to start. And to make sure that I can sort my career moving forward, I had to get some jobs on the side just to keep myself afloat. It all came down to how I can find the right role or have a part-time job that allow me to utilize my time to write music, and so I can make this happen. I had the opportunity where I managed to get a part-time job at Apple in Regent Street, and at that time, let's just say I was working Monday to Wednesday. It was very flexible, but let's just say that. So when I was working in those days, I made sure I prioritized my time in the Thursday and Friday to write music and put all the main key things I need to get out of that day. Now, whether it is writing music or learning or finding a new skill, finding opportunity, going to events, my passion and my drive was always there to make sure that was important for every week. And I made sure I figure it out on schedule it every time I had to get those 3 days in and make sure I get the most out of it, and even in the weekends as well. At the time, Apple was a really good sustainable way of living, but then go forward and make sure I can actually make this an opportunity and work as a composer. This is related to like if you want to feel better for this new year and you want to go to the gym like most people and feel better about yourself, people will go up early in the morning and put an hour or two or their time to work out and feel a bit better about themselves and feel like they achieved something. It's the same principle as writing music. Throughout your week, plan ahead and go, when can I actually write music? Maybe it's on a Wednesday evening. I've got these 2 hours. I can go home and just focus and experiment, learn, develop, and what can I get out of that? Because if you don't do it, you don't progress and get better. And I think you've got to realize you need to put that time in when you start getting your music even approved and getting it out there, hopefully. That's when opportunity opens. However you are again in your position, think about the week coming ahead, how I can fit those times to work around my schedule, make that as a routine. And I really, really think you'll start seeing the improvement. It's hard because one big thing that I have found when I was working as a freelancer is self-motivation. It is so hard to go into the workflow that you need to and be creative and not knowing where it's going, because if you're working in a job, you may have a manager or you'll have someone at a higher level making sure you're getting your key things on your list to be done throughout the day. You have that responsibility on your shoulders, so you've got to make sure you do it. When you're working as a freelancer or you're working for yourself at any point in your position where you are, it is so hard because you're trying to do it yourself and you just don't know what the outcome might be. And probably the biggest tip I can give you about this episode is try and start learning how to improve your self-motivation. It's a really, really hard component, but it's something very important us composers need, and that is plan what you can do in the week, think what you need to get the most out of yourself and for where you can get your opportunities coming later down the line. It will be hard at first, but the more you start doing it weekly, it becomes a routine. I hope that's a helpful tip today. Is there anything else I can help you with? Love you to put some comments below, but I hope you're enjoying these, and yeah, hopefully see you on the next episode. Thanks. Bye.